Well, hi everybody, good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Wednesday morning as we take a look at our dense fog advisory graphic, because we do have a dense fog advisory out for northeast Nebraska until 9 o'clock this morning. Now that said, we've had some dense fog even into central Nebraska as well, but the North Platte and the Hastings National Weather Service offices have opted not to issue those out because of the more isolated nature of it, whereas it's a little more widespread into northeast Nebraska this morning. And of course you see more of that color off to our north and east from there in parts of South Dakota, Iowa, Minnesota, North Dakota, and Wisconsin. There's a lot of fog in the northern plains and the upper Midwest this morning, and we're on the edge of that thicker fog this morning. A lot of upper level debris clouds as well. We had some showers and storms last night across southwest Kansas and eastern Colorado. All those upper level debris clouds, a lot of times what you'll see is when storms go up, they build those big cumulonimbus towers that go up. Well, eventually once they hit the stratosphere, they spread out. Well, they have spread out all the way into Nebraska. So we've got a lot of upper, but they do thin out as they move farther away from the parent thunderstorms. So they've been thinning out, and of course with time they will also thin out. So a lot of upper level clouds out there this morning, debris clouds, some low level lying fog here and there, especially in river valleys, but that will all gradually clear out. It'll take you to the noon hour. By noon, we're starting to see a lot more sunshine, partly to mostly sunny skies. There is an outside chance of thunderstorms today. I'm going to go about Highway 6, which is right here, from McCook to Hastings to Lincoln, southward. Small chance of thunderstorms. I would especially be more on the Kansas side of things for any of that activity. The chance of severe weather is pretty limited though. Even more sunshine this afternoon, breezy southeast winds today. We could see some gusts around 20-25 miles per hour. As we get into tonight, pretty quiet this evening. Later in the night, the storms are trying to get going out west, but they're not. They're going to have a hard time doing so. But then later in the night, we'll see some low clouds and fog redevelop. This time, western areas are most favored for the low clouds and potential fog, which will gradually burn off tomorrow. Now, there will still be some clouds around. Now, more sunshine in the east, partly to mostly cloudy skies farther to the west here. Once again, breezy south and southeasterly winds during the day tomorrow. We'll see some gusty winds. Those winds will stay strong the next couple of days here. Next few, all the way through even the end of the week here. But as we get towards Thursday night into Friday morning, we'll see still a few hit or miss clouds around. We're going to start to see temperatures come up here by the end of the week. Friday does look to be our peak day of heat, although Saturday could be close in the eastern portions of Nebraska still. Let's take a look at our highs for today. Mostly lower 80s. I would not rule out upper 70s, especially those areas with the lingering fog this morning. Upper 70s would not surprise me right in here, but we'll go low 80s for a lot of areas, some mid 80s here to the southwest, the west, and the northwest. A little bit warmer in the far northwest part of the state there around Chadron. As for Husker Harvest Days, it's day number 2 out there in rural Hall County, west of Grand Island and just west-northwest of Elda and northeast of Wood River. At this point, we're probably not going to have to deal with too much fog there. I did throw fog in the forecast. I haven't adjusted this graphic, but at this point, fog doesn't look like a big deal. And in fact, I'm going to call it partly cloudy, not cloudy. We've got kind of a mix of clouds and sun this morning at opening time here, just before opening time. Opening time's at 9 o'clock, but there's already vendors and people out working out there at 8 o'clock in the morning. I know that the Eagles Nest crew's out there making breakfast burritos and breakfast sandwiches and things like that already this morning. So they have their egg, or I think their sausage and egg sandwiches. I had one of those yesterday, so I highly recommend because I am biased. But anyway, yeah, if you are going to be heading out to Husker Harvest Days, I'd recommend them either for breakfast or for lunch when they have their burgers and other food out there. And it's a little bit of a somewhat cheaper option compared to some of the options out there, and it helps my kids' local school and my wife's local school system as well. So yes, I am a little bit biased here. But anyway, if you're out there today, it's going to be a warm afternoon, getting up around 80 degrees. The winds will be a little bit breezier today. Thankfully, not nearly as much dirt as there used to be back in the day. Otherwise, you'd have some blowing dirt. But again, not super windy. Gusts will be up around 20 miles per hour. Let's take a look around the rest of the area. Temperature-wise, low and mid 80s for most. Rain chances, I'm pretty iffy on anything this far north here. But again, a little fog this morning right in here. This will gradually burn off. Southwest areas, rain chances I think are done now. We had some rain earlier this morning, but this is done now. So gradually clearing skies, maybe some fog around Loop City. Low and mid 80s. Southeastern areas, some early clouds giving way to mostly sunny skies. Lower 80s, upper 70s around David City, upper 70s, low 80s to the northeast. I think there is certainly a chance we could see a lot more upper 70s just because the fog may be a little stubborn to get rid of this morning, and so they'll have to play catch up there. So there may be some places that don't get out of the 70s in northeast Nebraska. So there's a look at the area for today. Tonight's forecast, we'll see lows down into the lower 60s. Tomorrow a little warmer, low and mid 80s, but even maybe a few more upper 80s in far southern Nebraska and northern Kansas. A warmer night, Thursday night into Friday morning. A lot more mid and upper 60s, some low 60s to the west and northwest. And then for most of us, Friday will be our hottest day ahead. Upper 80s and lower 90s ahead of us for your day on Friday. Maybe even mid 90s into the Kansas side of things here. So a little more heat building in on Friday. Friday night will be a warm night, 60s to near 70 for lows, a warmer night. And then looking ahead to Saturday, still could be close to 90 or so in eastern Nebraska. So if you are heading to Lincoln for the Husker game, that's 11 a.m. kickoff, you're going to feel those temperatures probably already up in the mid to upper 80s by kickoff time, low 90s in the afternoon. So there's going to be some heat, a little bit of wind as well on Saturday in Lincoln. Cooler temperatures to the west and northwest. There is a cold front that's going to be sweeping through, and that is going to start to bring rain and thunderstorm chances late in the day, Saturday into Saturday night. And some of those may linger into Sunday, especially over the eastern half of the area on Sunday, and that's going to cool us down a little bit. All right. Looking at that long-range forecast, at this point here, the fog does not look like it's going to be a big issue in the Tri-Cities area. Light fog at best. Maybe some fog again tomorrow morning. We'll see. But again, the bigger story, the trending warmth ahead of us here, especially Friday. We're up in the low 90s. Still in the mid to upper 80s on Saturday before that cooler air comes and the rain comes. Saturday night into Sunday morning. And still maybe an off and on chance during the day Sunday and into Sunday night. So we're going to cool down with more clouds and some showers around. Warming up Monday and Tuesday as we'll get back to the 80s with slight chances of rain and thunderstorms. But it looks like we will trend down again a little bit as we get further into next week. Looking at the North Platte forecast, a little fog this morning. Could see some fog tomorrow morning. I think we have got a decent shot at some fog to start off your Thursday. And then we'll be up around 90 on Friday, mid 80s on Saturday. A chance of rain and thunderstorms Saturday night into Sunday morning. We'll be a little cooler on Sunday, but back up into the 80s Monday, Tuesday. Slight chance of rain and thunderstorms on Tuesday. And then beyond that, temperatures creep down a little bit as we get further into next week. But by that point, that's probably where our average high is going to be, is the upper 70s. So those are going to be pretty close to average then as we push further into September. Well, I want to thank you all for watching on this Wednesday morning. I'll be back with you on Thursday with all of the latest. Until then, take care and God bless. Bye.